Good morning, everybody. Who can give me the takeaway on hydration from the most recent safety launch?
Drink a lot of water.
Especially today. Just got I get weather announcements on my phone there. Heat index of 95 to 105. Drink plenty of water, obviously. Today we're going to talk about a fatality that happened in North Carolina, Gaston, North Carolina, front load driver. It's our third fatality of the year in waste management. The first one was a gentleman at a recycling center. A bale of recycling came off a stack and crushed him up against his forklift. The second one was in Colorado. A guy hit some black ice, I believe at an ASL, and went down into a ravine. I believe he's on I-70 and succumbed to his injuries after being in ICU for a while. The one I want to talk about today, so this gentleman, a 12-year veteran of waste management, front load driver, to get into their transfer station, they have to cross a set of railroad tracks, level 5 railroad tracks that doesn't have anything but a stop sign. So no flashing lights, no buzzers, no arms. The accident is under investigation. They don't have any eyewitnesses other than the locomotive driver. But like I said, this happened Monday at about noon. So what I want to do is kind of go through this, and one of the things they want to do, if you have any intersections on your route where it's really tough to see trains. Jim Hahn this morning when I launched them talked about when the tracks are like this and you're coming up to it like that, kind of similar to anybody who goes just north of Great River Energy on Highway 2, or just north of Highway 2 there, where that track is at an angle, it's tough to see both ways. If you have any like that, let me know about them, because we can petition the county or the state or whatever to put at least flashing lights, so when the trains are getting close enough, those lights flash. They might not have arms, but certainly we want to make sure that we're doing that so that we can avoid further accidents or injuries. A couple key notes: trains always have the right of way. They cannot brake for other motorists. If they do so poorly. Train traveling at 30 miles an hour, pulling a dozen cars, needs about a half a mile to stop. On the calls we had yesterday, the corporate call and the local call that we had discussing this, it's like our truck hitting a bike. You know, they're saying there was 3 cars, 2 locomotives, probably one pushing, one pulling, and they just can't stop. They just can't stop. And the train was only going 20 miles an hour. Some things that we want to make sure that we're doing, it's in your rule book, rule 4.512. If you come up to a railroad crossing not equipped with automatic grade crossing warning devices, you must reduce your speed by 10 miles an hour or less before approaching the railroad crossing, and always do the following steps on approaching that crossing that is not protected by gates or warning lights. There's 9 steps. It's on the last page. Turn your 4-way flashers on, stop no closer than 15 feet from the nearest rail, roll down the window and turn off the radios and your fan so that you can listen and look both ways. While stopped, look carefully in each direction for approaching trains. Gradually pull forward in order to see. If you can't see 300 feet in each direction, ensure all tracks are clear before crossing if multiple tracks are involved. Never drive onto a railroad crossing until the truck can clear the tracks on the other side. So if you got another pedestrian or a car in front of you on the other side of the tracks, don't pull through until that's clear so you don't get stuck on the tracks. And then you would, after you cross, put your 4-way flashers back off and proceed with safe. Does anybody have any, excuse me, near misses or close calls with railroad tracks you want to discuss? No? Okay. Obviously, we never like to see these. We don't know a lot about the incident yet, what the driver was actually doing, if he limited visibility, health event, you know, stroke, heart attack, or seizure, or something of that nature. But what are we going to do going forward when we come across these unmarked railroad crossings?
Stop and look. I see flashers, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.